Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. My God, we're really excited. The last few weeks have been really crazy about the pre-launch, the VIV Lifestyle Company. And I wanted to welcome you guys to the VIV Lifestyle Company pre-launch webinar. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brian Dalmaso, and I'm a future diamond executive with the VIV Lifestyle Company. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what that is later. But again, just really all kinds of excited. We've been building for weeks in what you're about to see here on this webinar in a pre-launch fashion for the last couple of months. And tonight on the webinar, we're really going to introduce to you a brand new startup company that has decades of experience. Now, that probably sounds a little bit confusing, but the corporate officers in this new startup company, they really come with decades of talent and experience. So we're really getting the benefit and the explosiveness of a new business startup that you're going to see here, combined with the benefit of having amazing leadership with people that have experience and that have skin in the game. So the word VIV, which is the name of the company, is Latin for live. So when we say VIV Life Better, what we're really saying here is live life better. And that's really what the company's founded on. Our company is bringing in products and services to the market that not everyone not only needs, but is really already using habitually. And the company has built products from the ground up that are focused on customer first and not just the benefit of the company. And this means we can feel really comfortable sharing these products and services to people that are friends and colleagues without feeling like high-pressure salesmen, right? Without using any kind of sales tactics. I always tell people when they're talking about this, it's almost as good as selling air to people. And best of all, the company has put together a compensation plan that really rewards people for helping other people at the highest levels. So guys, grab a notepad. If this is your first time seeing this, get ready to take notes, because I promise you that you haven't seen a better ground floor business idea like this. All right, so 5 reasons you don't want to miss the opportunity here with this company. And listen, guys, this isn't going to be for everybody, right? We're only looking for sharp people that want to be some of the first movers with a category disrupting product and business model. So if you're looking for the next get-rich-quick scheme, this is definitely not for you, okay? But if you like being part of something new, something explosive, a new business on the ground floor and putting in the efforts, you're going to reap life's greatest rewards down the road with the rest of us. So first of all, right, we got a better gig. Number 2, second, we have better products. Number 3, better company vision. And this part's really huge, guys. Number 4, we have better leadership from both corporate and the field, and I'll get more into that. And probably most importantly, guys, number 5 is a better you, right? The person you will become as we grow together in this business model. So let's talk quickly about a better gig, right? A better side hustle. If you're working for somebody else at a job, you're making what we call M1 income. And this is hourly income. And quite honestly, it's the worst possible way to make money. I did that for years myself, for about a decade. And I don't mean it in a negative way or an insulting way. It just is, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're making $100 per hour and working 80 hours a week, you're still going to cap out at about $8,000 a week working hourly. So there's no leverage in it. That's all I mean by that. If you own your own business, or if you're an investor or own apartments, you're earning money in what we call an M2 income strategy. And this is where you're leveraging other people or leveraging money to compound your income, but there might not be any passive residual income to it. And this is a pretty good strategy. About 3% of the world uses an M2 strategy, and I have several M2 businesses myself, but it still has some limitations. It's still limited to me having to manage or to control things in a certain way, so it still takes my time. And then we have what's called M3 income. And this is the best possible way to earn money in the world. And they call it the best kept secret of the super wealthy, right? Only 1% of the world has M3 income. And this is where you leverage your business and time, and you market something once, and you get paid over and over and over again. Passive residual monthly income just for doing something once. So this is just a small part of why VIV is a better gig when we get into the compensation model. So side hustle, right, guys? In the U economy, almost everybody has some sort of a side hustle, a side gig, right? About half of all baby boomers are interested in entrepreneurship as they near retirement. And this is largely because their 40-year plan of working 40 to 60 hours a week, earning that M1 income, it didn't work, right? That's a broken business model. There's over 76 million qualified baby boomers looking for a side gig or a side hustle. And here's probably the big one, guys. Take a look at this. Half of all millennials are not entering the traditional 40-hour work week job, right? They have multiple revenue streams to generate a much more flexible lifestyle and really be in control of what they're earning. I mean, think about Uber or Airbnb. We have eBay and Shopify stores online, right? There's over 50,000 people a month joining Uber to generate additional revenue, right? I mean, even the reason that most of you are on this webinar is because you're at least partially interested in looking for side revenue, right? So almost everybody's looking. Guys, I started my side gig, what I call a side hustle, 4 years ago, and it's led me to a completely different life. Very, very fortunate to have just purchased a $1 million dream lake house, and we're actually down here in Florida as we speak looking at summer homes. I'm able to work from home running multiple revenue streams and businesses, and I really create my own hours and decide exactly how much I want to earn. And I'm not saying any of this to really impress you. I'm saying it to impress upon you, right? If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm not all that bright. I'm not special. It's just the economy we live in today. I just tend to recognize opportunity and take immediate action, right? So I want you to take a minute and think here too. You know, what would it really feel like to cut back to working 30 hours a week to get everything you want, right? Being in control of your income. What would it feel like to be able to fire half of your clients if you are a business owner, right? Because you have side income. That's exactly what I did in my construction company, right? We scaled way up and I leveraged back, and we pick and choose our clients. We get to build these multi-million-dollar homes, and we really interview our clients. We get to pick and choose them. It's kind of nice. All because I had the presence of mind to start, a side revenue stream. What if you could take your entire family on a tropical vacation every single year? We do that too, right? So it's not really about the money, guys. It's about the lifestyle, what you can do with it. The type of lifestyle you can craft when you start to have options by pursuing, other revenue streams. All right, so better products, right? We're really so fired up about the category disrupting flagship products that we're launching. And as a businessman, I can't even describe how lucrative the space is, but we're gonna give it a good shot here on this slideshow. All right, guys, so raise your hand if you pay an electric bill and know somebody who does. Right now, obviously I can't see you guys, but I want you to see how crazy this concept is, right? Our demographic in this business model is literally everyone, right? And what most people don't know about energy and what we're doing here is that since energy deregulation 20 years ago, we have a choice to choose the energy supplier on our electric bills, whether it's residential or commercial. Now, this is no different than choosing your cell phone provider for your phone service, except in electricity. If you didn't know this, you can choose who provides your electricity, the supply part, on your bill based on cost, based on things like green energy content, right? They call this third-party energy suppliers. And we're able to guarantee through this business model that we can save people money on their electric bill with our service. Now, this is something they're already paying, right? I don't have to convince people to pay their energy bill. They're already doing this. And like I said, our demographic is literally everyone over the age of, say, 20 or 21, whether it's an apartment, a condo, a house, businesses, commercial, large commercial, a skyscraper. Energy is everywhere, right? And if you think about this business model we're showing you, it's not about health products that only affect 30% of the country or beauty products that are only for women, right? There are literally thousands and thousands of companies that are in those spaces, in the health space, the fitness space, competing with the latest pills and potions and lotions, right? We are literally the only company in the world right now with the product that I'm about to introduce to you. So a question you might be asking yourself, if energy regulation and choosing your supplier is so great, why aren't more people switching? Right? The problem here is, guys, and maybe some of you have experienced this, all of the third-party energy suppliers over the past decade or so, they have this bait and switch tactic, right? They have a low introductory rate to get people to sign up, to pique their interest, and then they literally count on people not looking at their bill and jacking their rates 6 months or a year down the road after the introductory period is over. And unfortunately, they know about 75% of the people won't even notice their bill go up. I mean, honestly, most people don't even know how to read a bill, right? And what happens is unfortunately, the customer ends up rolling over down the road into a higher rate without even knowing it, and end up paying more than a utility bill would have charged them. So this is a massive problem. Bait and switch tactics, or just simply them not knowing, right? If any of you have ever had a low interest or a no interest credit card with a great introductory offer and then forgot about it and had a balance, this is the same exact thing what's happening in the energy space. So people, some people got smart, right? They would pay attention to their bills, and they would switch from provider to provider. They would take advantage of the introductory rates, and they would bounce around shopping, right? Every time a new offer would come out, and they would beat the system. But the problem here is, guys, who has time to do that? If you have a $100, $200 energy bill, you're not going to spend 5 hours a month trying to shop around to save $20, $30, $40, right? It's not worth it unless you're retired or something. So, guys, you can see the problems. Energy deregulation is a beautiful thing because it inspires competition, but it also brought with it a host of other problems. And, guys, the energy space in the U.S. alone is over $1 trillion, especially when you factor in solar. So whenever you have millions of people in a space with a big universal problem to fix, you get a massive opportunity for a new business model. So guys, welcome to Autopilot. This is a sophisticated software-based service that automatically puts customers in the lowest possible energy rate in their area, guaranteed. And with this new service, we're getting our customers the best of both worlds, right? They're getting the lowest possible rates, and they're guaranteed to beat the utility without having to monitor or even read their energy bill, right? They don't even have to know how to read it in the first place. So I want you to imagine for a minute, even asking your mom, saying, "Hey, Mom, would it be okay if we cut down your electric bill?" Right? I mean, what's she going to say to that? Or do you prefer to keep paying more than you have to? I mean, this service, I hate to use the word, but it's really a no-brainer. And guys, think about this. Who do you know that owns a business or works at a large company? Who do you know that owns properties or is in real estate, right? With our service, the commercial energy users no longer have to pay a broker fee on top of their energy costs. So just imagine walking into your local bank or grocery store or lumberyard, right, and just saying, if I could show you how to remove your energy broker cost from your energy bill, would you give me 5 minutes to show you how? A pretty simple conversation, right? Now, guys, I'm not going to get too deep on this webinar about commercial residential energy. We have videos that are going to explain all of that. But let me just say that we get paid every single month that someone pays their electric bill monthly residual income, right? Something they're already doing, already paying. So the bigger the bill, the more we get paid, right? So guys, that's one of our flagship products that we're so excited about. It doesn't really stop there. VIV is launching a whole suite of lifestyle products and services that people already use. And we have another major flagship product in the water purification space. So guys, people are reading more and more about plastic outgassing and bottled water, and most of the water in these companies are really coming from municipal water supplies and being sold as spring water. If you read the fine print, it'll say from a municipal water source, just filtered water, right? And there's more and more people becoming conscious about the landfills and the plastic islands offshore in the world's oceans from plastic bottles. So they're really flocking back to high-end water purification systems. So that's one of the products we're going to launch here in a couple of weeks. As you can see on this chart here, we have credit and fraud protection services at a discounted rate from other providers because we're able to bundle services, right? And these other companies are not. So there's other network marketing companies out there that only have water, or they only have fraud protection, or only have energy. Nobody has energy like we have it. Nobody has that Autopilot product. And ever since the Equifax data breach and identity theft breach of over 175 million customers, people have been signing up in droves for credit and fraud protection services. So, I mean, myself personally, I've heard some horror stories. A good friend of mine about identity theft. So this is a service bundle I'm definitely going to get myself. We have something, a service similar to AAA road service, but at half the cost, because again, we can bundle these things together, these services. We have an online medical service that can save thousands a year in diagnosing simple things like earaches and infections over a Zoom meeting like this. They're using a network of doctors that can actually prescribe over a face-to-face Zoom meeting to you and your family, so you don't have to take the day off of work for your child's toothache or your elderly parent's doctor's visit, right? We have services in the home security space that could save hundreds of dollars off of services like ADT. And quite honestly, many, many more products coming in the product suite. And you can see the theme is here that they're really launching products that people are already using, but we're going to offer them a better way. So it's not going to be a high pressure sales tactic when we get to launch these products. So guys, I think you can see here and agree that our company has products and services that are virtually effortless to the market. But let's talk about vision. So the VIV Lifestyle Company was really built from the ground up, focusing on the customer first, right? That autopilot energy service was literally built by a software engineer. His name was Kevin Manley. And Kevin was one of the top software engineers who worked for Ray Dalio in the Bridgewater hedge fund. Now, here's the key here, guys. Kevin wasn't in the energy space, right? He's an energy customer that got so fed up with the third-party energy suppliers' tactics that he decided to do something about it, right? He decided to develop a software that would work on the customer's behalf and get the lowest possible rate at all times. So the autopilot service wasn't built by a corporation looking to maximize rates and really screw the customer off of false savings claims. It was literally developed by a frustrated customer who happened to be a top-level software engineer to benefit the people, right? Not the energy suppliers. So what you're going to see here, guys, with the company is radical transparency from the corporate officers to the products to the field leadership. This company is really built from the ground up on radical transparency to the client, and more important, to the consultant, people like us that are choosing to build a business with this lucrative suite of products. So better leadership, let's chat about that. The best type of leadership that you can have in a relationship marketing company is really one that combines corporate and the top field leaders to provide feedback and really keep grounded as they grow to how the customers are being treated and served and how the field is working with the products and the compensation plan. And we have exactly that here at VIV. So our CEO, Cami Bamey, she comes with over 2 decades of advanced marketing and branding education and skills, as well as over a decade of experience in the retail energy space. And for those of you who have been following along, she just came back from an energy summit. She's on the board of energy regulators, and she speaks at very high levels all across the country on retail energy and sustainable energy. So she's in the know, and she's got a ton of experience in the energy space. Our chief sales officer, Rob McFadden, he's got over 25 years in relationship marketing and sales, and is by himself a world-class sales trainer. He's one of my mentors in sales as well. And our chief technology officer, again, the gentleman I mentioned, is the autopilot software. He built that, Kevin Manley, right? He literally got frustrated, and he built that from the ground up. And he has a software engineering resume. Quite honestly, I could take the rest of the webinar going through it, so I'm not going to do that. So I think you can see here, guys, with a team like this, you can see why this company is already starting to go viral and why so many of us are already so excited. And lastly here, guys, a better you, right? As I mentioned, 4 years ago when I got into relationship marketing space, I only had one company. It's a construction company. And I was just doing okay. But after spending the last 4 years being surrounded by like-minded people, literally everything has changed, right? I've gone from one revenue stream to over 14 and growing. I've been trained by some of the best thought leaders in the world, and now I work with some of them in other companies, right? And as I mentioned, I also met the love of my life through pursuing this industry, attracting like-minded people, right? So guys, you can't even imagine the person you're going to become from going down the road in the path of this exciting new company with a team of like-minded people like this. And one thing I want to ask yourself, guys, right? If you're looking at this for the first time, I just want you to imagine back. Take a look at where you were 5 years ago, right? And then take a look at where you are now. Right? Because this is the same exact place you're going to be 5 years ago, 5 years from now, if we don't change something, something in your financial outlook. If we don't do something in our lives now to pursue our passions and really change the financial situation, we're going to be in the same place. So if not this, what are you doing, right? What are you looking at? Because I can promise you, this particular business model with this leadership in this field, it's going to bring out the best possible version of you and really impact everyone around you in a positive way. So guys, as I mentioned here, we're in a pre-launch phase, and what we're doing is pre-enrolling consultants, business partners in this business. And I think we're going to go live around April, I think mid-April. So the best part about this company is well, not the best part, but one of the best parts is, compared to other companies, is there's no monthly website or membership fees, right? A lot of network marketing companies, they charge an annoying monthly fee. And all our company's doing here is a one-time business startup fee of $199. And you get everything you need to run this business, including a personal website, product and business training, right? A community of like-minded people. It's basically a business in a box that's ready to go. And one of the things we're doing here during pre-launch, guys, is we're actually lowering the enrollment fee to $99 for the next few weeks. So we've been enjoying this for about 4 or 5 weeks, and they're really doing this to build momentum before the launch. So guys, the beautiful part here is that, in addition to the amazing products and suites we have, is all we do is 2 simple things, right? We market the products and we invite others to do the same thing. And I can promise you, as an owner of multiple businesses, I can tell you it doesn't get any easier than this, right? Market some easy products, show and teach others to do the same thing. And I'm not saying it's not work, because it is. I'm just saying that as a business model, it doesn't get any easier than offering to help somebody lower their bills on things that they're already paying for. All right, guys, so that's an overview of the company and the services and the products. And what I'd like to do now is just take a few minutes to give you a brief overview of the compensation plan. And again, this won't be a deep dive into it, but if this business piques your interest, we do have an hour-long compensation specific webinar that we can send you. So guys, I personally know that Rob McFadden spent hundreds of hours designing a compensation plan that would generously reward those who help build this company. And I'm a student of compensation plans myself, and this is probably the best hybrid that I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot. This plan really hits all the metrics. It's based off of what we call a unit-level plan, which pays to unlimited width. And what this means is you can have as many personally sponsored businesses in your business as you want and get paid on all of them. You could have 5, 10, you could have 100, even thousands over the years to come, depending on how big you want to grow your business. So this plan also has M1, M2, and most importantly, M3 income strategies as well. So we get upfront money, we get mid money, and we get the M3, the residual monthly income, where we get paid over and over and over again as the customers pay them, the monthly bills and subscriptions. So you can see here that we make a substantial amount of income just from marketing some of the upfront products, right? We have everything from the water system, which is a $250 commission, to the security. Well, let me back up here, which is a $350 commission, to residential solar, right? $1,100 for a residential solar upfront commissions. We have commercial solar, which I've seen payouts of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 and more. So this really separates us from a lot of other companies in network marketing. We're not just marketing a $10 product or a $20 product. We have a whole suite of products where somebody can actually make a living just marketing the products. That makes us different than most other companies. And again, guys, what I feel is the most important part is the M3 residual income, right? Growing an M3 residual income strategy bigger and bigger every month. Doing something once and getting paid every single month over and over again. Can't stress that enough. And this plan really rewards people for building his width, as I mentioned, but it also pays 8 levels deep, which is unheard of. But guys, what they did here is they basically started with the most lucrative type of compensation plan in relationship marketing, the unit level, and they put it on steroids. There's also an additional $120,000 on top of everything else I mentioned in what we call rank advanced bonuses as we build over the months and years, and I'll get a little bit more into that. You can see here some pretty significant rank advanced bonuses. And as I said, guys, I'm not going to get too deep in the webinar with compensation, but I do want to highlight a few things. You can see here that the 8 levels of compensation, how deep it goes in the different ranks across the top. And even in the pre-launch, we have many people already positioned with enough consultants to immediately be at the pace setter rank, the partner rank, and silver partner rank. So they're already halfway up the chart, and we haven't even launched yet. So guys, honestly, you can either jump in or watch it go by, because there's a lot of us that are really maximizing this. And trust me when I tell you, this is happening right now as we speak on the webinar. Now, the reason I highlighted the silver partner rank is because there's additional compensation payouts from this level on. And what we're getting here is a 2% company profit sharing pool. Now think about this, right? Not a lot of companies in network marketing offer corporate profit sharing. And what this means is when the company's making, say, $100 million, which will happen this year, that means they'll put $2 million in a pool that'll be split with all the consultants that are at this rank. And it pays out every single quarter, right? So we already have people, as I said, structured at that rank. Now, guys, we have a very, very comprehensive compensation webinar that goes deep, as I said, into all of this. But I do want to highlight here, we have something called generational pay. And that level of pay, again, you can see the level pay pays 8 levels of consultants, but generational pay pays 4 generations deep. And what this means is if you're the middle rank of pay setter and above, you start to unlock generational pay, which is additional to all the other pays that I've been telling you. Now, this part might get a little confusing, but what it really means is if you're, say, like a gold partner and you have partners in your downline, you're going to get paid on those lines up to 4 generations deep. So you might go 8 levels deep and then have a partner, and then go 16 more levels deep and then another partner. So quite honestly, you could end up getting paid hundreds of levels deep just from generational pay. And again, don't worry if you don't understand that, if it gets confusing. We have a full compensation webinar, as I mentioned. So guys, there is one final way that we get paid, another form of profit sharing called the leadership pool. And what this is another 2%, right? So we get 2% in the partner ranks. We get another 2% at the executive ranks. And then we get another 2% in this partner pool here, not a partner pool, but a leadership pool. And the structure for that is explained thoroughly in the compensation webinar, but think about that. That's up to 6% in a profit sharing pool, in the leadership pool that's split up with not a lot of people. This could be, if the company was making $400 million, that'd be $24 million getting split up over every quarter. So very significant pay there, guys. So guys, that's an overview of the VIV Lifestyle Company and the products and the compensation. And those of you who know me, you know that I'm always very direct and honest with people when it comes to business. And quite honestly, guys, if you're new, after seeing what you just saw here tonight, honestly, you're either in or out, right? What we showed you, it either resonates with you or it doesn't. And either way is fine. We're not trying to, get anybody or talk anybody into this business, but it's a startup company, right? And we're looking for really visionary, sharp people that want to run and be part of something explosive. There's no more information for us to give you. There's nothing to research at this point. There's no history of the company. It's brand new. So you either want to run or you don't. And I actually like it this way, right? Because most people get hung up when they get faced with decisions and they become professional procrastinators, right? You'll find people say, they get technical analysis paralysis and they say, well, this looks great, but let me think about it or send me more info. And what this is, it's really a defense mechanism, right? What they're saying is, let me decide to not make a decision. And these are really the same people 5 years from now that are still stuck in the same jobs, making the same money, living the same lifestyle. So guys, if this resonates, take action, right? What we're really saying here is, Napoleon Hill called this the silent killer of man, procrastination, right? People like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, they make decisions quickly, right? Based on intuition. So I'm here on this webinar to really give you a little bit of a gut punch and, ask you to make a decision. Get with the person who brought you and get some more information from them. But if it resonates, let's get going. What I really want to do here is help you make a decision that'll change your life and impact your financial future, right? So guys, if you do see this as a massive opportunity, as we do, and this does resonate with you, in other words, if you have that gut feeling that it's for you, and you see the vision that we're doing here, and you want to make the decision, you want to run with us, make sure to get with the person who invited you on the webinar. They can show you exactly how to get enrolled. They can show you how to get connected to this explosive team of entrepreneurs, get connected to the webinars and trainings we have. It's going to be an amazing ride, guys. So we'd love for you to join the ride with us. I'm going to bring up my fuzzy little friend here, right? This is the squirrel, right? It says, be decisive, right? Right or wrong, make a decision. The road of life is paved with flat squirrels who couldn't make a decision. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the show. I'm going to stick around and answer some Q&A for those of you interested, if you have questions. But those who, if you'd like to leave, just sincerely want to thank you for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure presenting this to you. I want to wish you good luck in your future and have a great night and God bless. So we're going to open up for Q&A in just a second here.